Welcome to another exciting episode of Howard's Opinion. I'm your host, Howard, and I'm thrilled to have you all tuning in today. We've got a jam-packed show for you, filled with the latest updates and analysis from the world of sports. To kick things off, let's dive into some fascinating news from the college football scene. The upcoming season is shaping up to be an absolute thriller, folks. I've got my hands on the schedules and matchups for the top teams, and boy, are there some mouth-watering clashes in store for us. It looks like the SEC is going to be a real battleground this year, with powerhouses like Alabama, Georgia, and Tennessee all vying for supremacy. And let's not forget about the Longhorns and the Aggies. Texas and Texas A&M are always exciting to watch, and their annual matchup is one of the most highly anticipated games of the season. But what really caught my eye was the slew of intriguing matchups featuring some of the biggest names in college football. I'm talking about games like Alabama versus LSU, Georgia versus Florida, and Oklahoma versus Texas. These are the kinds of matchups that can make or break a team's season, and I'm excited to see how they all play out. And then there are the perennial underdogs, teams like Vanderbilt and Mississippi State, who always seem to fly under the radar but have the potential to pull off some major upsets. Will this be the year they finally make some noise in the SEC? We'll be keeping a close eye on all of these developments throughout the season, so be sure to tune in each week for our expert analysis and commentary. And if you've got thoughts or opinions of your own, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We love hearing from our listeners. That's all for now, folks. We'll be right back with more fascinating sports news on Howard's Opinion. Welcome back to Howard's Opinion. We're diving into the world of sports now, and I've got a fantastic story to share with you all. The New York Yankees are making waves in Major League Baseball, and their journey to the postseason is nothing short of impressive. As we take a closer look, it's clear that the Yankees' path to success has been fueled by a sense of dissatisfaction. Last year's World Series meltdown against the Dodgers still lingers in their minds, and they're determined to make amends this time around. Players like Jazz Chisholm are openly talking about how they think about last year's loss every day, and it's that fire in their belly that's driving them forward. The team has made some savvy moves, bringing in new additions like Ryan McMahon, Cody Bellinger, and Jose Caballero, who have all contributed to the Yankees' sharpened defense. And let's not forget about their ace, Garrett Cole, who's been instrumental in their success, despite being injured at the moment. The team is looking fierce, with a Major League best 29-14 record since August 6, and they're a season-high 21 games over 500. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but Howard, what about the injuries? What about the challenges they'll face in the playoffs? And to that I say, this team has depth, folks. They've got a formidable rotation with Max Fried and Carlos Rodon leading the charge, and their bullpen is looking stronger than ever. With David Bednar's 2.49 ERA since joining the team at the trade deadline, they're ready to take on the best of the best. And then, of course, there's Aaron Judge, who's having an MVP-caliber season. Paired with the postseason heroics of Giancarlo Stanton, this team is looking like a force to be reckoned with. They're one step closer to avenging last year's missteps, and I've got to say, it's exciting to watch. As Yankees manager Aaron Boone said to his team in the clubhouse, "We are in the playoffs. We got a lot more to do, right? The job is far from over, but for now, they're going to celebrate this achievement and come back stronger than ever." And I've got to say, I'm loving the energy surrounding this team. Stay tuned for our final story of the day, right here on Howard's Opinion. Welcome back to Howard's Opinion. We're closing out today's show with a thrilling story from the world of Major League Baseball. I've got to tell you folks, this one's got it all. Drama, suspense, and a whole lot of heart. So, let's dive right in. The Cleveland Guardians were facing off against the Detroit Tigers, and things were heating up in the sixth inning. That's when disaster struck for Guardians' designated hitter David Fry. As he attempted to bunt a 99 fastball from Tigers pitcher Tarek Skubal, the pitch caught him square in the face. I mean, can you imagine? 1 minute you're trying to make contact with the ball, and the next you're lying on the ground clutching your face in agony. The scene was intense, folks. Fry was carted off the field, and Skubal was visibly shaken. The Guardians' manager and trainers rushed to Fry's side, and it was clear that this was no ordinary injury. Now, I know what you're thinking. How could something like this happen? But let me tell you, accidents can occur in any sport, at any time. The good news is that the Guardians were able to rally behind their fallen teammate, scoring 3 runs in the inning to take a 3-2 lead. And in the end, they emerged victorious, thanks in part to a stellar performance from pitcher Gavin Williams. But let's not forget the real hero of the story, David Fry, who showed incredible courage and resilience in the face of adversity. As we wrap up today's show, I want to leave you with a thought. Sports are about more than just winning or losing. They're about the human spirit, about perseverance, and about the bonds that form between teammates. So, let's all take a moment to appreciate the bravery and determination of athletes like David Fry, who inspire us every day with their passion and dedication. That's all for today's Howard's Opinion. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, these are some of my humble thoughts.